having a great day, and indeed I am. The new Saurian Ancients Alpha 2 has arrived, and I thought I wanted to do what do you call it, a review of it. Um, yes, so I thought that's why I'm making the video to give my 5 cents on the discussion here. The Saurian Ancient has been performing well for the past, say, for the past 4 months, 5 months since it came out, actually. I think it just needed to find itself a little bit, and then it performed pretty well. Performed pretty well, I should say. There was one build that performed better than the other builds. There was one build that performed and other builds that did nothing. And so the Alpha 2 here has nerfed that build to the ground, um, and tried to buff the other builds. Before I go into and take a look at what's actually happening, let me just say that my personal opinion, as a too long didn't read version, I don't know really what they've been thinking when they gave this update here. I mean, there was one viable build for the Saurian Ancient up to the last patch here, and which was good, probably too strong. And then they decided to make this. I think the build I've been playing in the Fading Flame, and I played in the Crippled Ripple tournament as well. The build I played there, I think it got like 400 points, 300 points more expensive, or close to 300 points or something like that. They nerfed it to the ground, right? 300 points is unheard of. Which was the only viable build they had, and while it did perform above average. I do not believe it performed 300 points above average. I mean, it's literally one unit you take away from this army here. And then they decided to try and buff the other kind of versions, and then I think what we have now here in the Alpha 2 here, we have a beautiful version of the Slim book we had last year. Exactly just as bad as it was last year, and we're gonna have all the old list that was circulating, and the old list that performed by far the worst of all armies in the whole game. We're gonna have a rebirth of them. There's gonna be seeing 3 Taurosaurs. We're gonna be seeing some Chaffy Skinks with some Skink Blenders, some Monster Masses. That's what we're gonna be seeing. We're not gonna be seeing these block anymore here. I don't think it, because it's simply too expensive. We have a Slan who's obviously he needed to get more expensive, but he's been hit real hard as well. We're gonna have some Cayman. Let me just see. The way I predict how this army is gonna go, the win rate is gonna go down the ceiling. Gonna go to the basement level here. We're gonna see a significant drop. And honestly, I'm pretty sad about it. I think they messed up big time, the lab team here, and on this second edition here. But we'll see. Maybe I will have to eat my words, and it turns out it's gonna be a brilliant book, and maybe there's some sort of unicorn built out there that I haven't found yet. I will do some list creation after I talked about the units here, and see if I can come up with something. But up to now, I haven't been able to find anything I think that looks remotely beautiful or strong. Apart from the old list, apart from say Triple Tower Sons, old. I mean, we had that list for what 6 years or something like that, and now apparently the team thought there was time to give it a rebirth, and it's frustrating. Yeah, so let's just jump into it. Alright, so the combined strength is gone with the Cayman Mentors. Yeah, so you can have Caymans in your unit. I guess that's good. Personally, I didn't play them. Um, I don't know. It was a lot of points to put in your core units, and you have to take them from special to increase your core units value. You had to put special units into them, and they didn't really provide that much of eliteness. I feel like even if you had 3 Caymans into say 30 Saurian warriors and you put 3 Caymans in there, you had like a unit of 800 points, and I think there was plenty of special units out there that could perform better than that, and you had to borrow half of the points from the special department, and you could only spend half of the point from the core units. I mean, that was to me it wasn't that appealing. Some people used it, and yeah. The next one is combined strength, communal bound. So after the whining from the community, they've done a beautiful job here. Everyone who wanted to play avoidance got their will, got their way. Uh, so we have Cold Blood coming back. Um, yeah, good or bad, I don't know. If the avoidance build doesn't get buffed, then I think it's not really good. They need to do something, I think. And Clay Wizard got nerfed. Yeah, sure, that seems fair enough. Yeah, no channels, still a spell. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, seems fair enough. I like the game stand behind. The champion gets stand behind. So, I mean, the Skink Blender is untouched, and I think it's more absurd than before because yeah, I'm going off a little bit. I'll talk about when we get to the Skink. Yeah. So Pack Hunters Unchanged, Praise and Solidarity replaced with the new rule exclusive. Yes, all good. Loose Stone. Predator Senses, obviously they changed it with shooting because the new spearbacks are decently shooting units now. So with rerolls, they I guess I think they become pretty decently strong. Um, Apparently they decided that you can only have 4 of them, so they they make a good combat unit with good shooting, and then they decide to only allow you to have 4 of them, so they can't really perform in combat when they which you sort of they're still strong against chaff, which they sort of were already before with 3 strength 4, armor save 4, resilience 4, right? I mean, they were decent against other chaff units. I mean, they could probably kill eagles, they could probably kill uh, goblin riders, whatever. All the chaff units they dealt with decently. So now they can deal with a few bigger units, but that wasn't really what they were intended for, and I still don't think they're intended for that. Even if you bring 4 of them, they're very expensive. But anyway, yeah, nice to have them rerolling the shooting. Blowpipes, yeah, not changed, but the units that can use them has changed. I guess Volifier and Lootstone is actually pretty cool. I am not quite sure how the Volifier. Oh yeah, if one can see, everyone can see, right? So I guess it's pretty cool. You can have like skink units hiding behind, or making it hard to charge them and get more than 3 attacks, and then you can still shoot with these magnetic bows, strength 3, AP 1, which I think is decently strong. And I mean, if you run alchemy, you can give it AP 2, right? Or maybe you can. Or you can run the flaming sword and get +1 to wound, or you can do the alchemist arrows and suddenly have strength 4 on them. I mean, that's they have all sort of. I don't think the magnetic short bow is that bad. Uh, Poisoning javelins, yes, all great. Tooth and claws. The rules haven't been changed, and here we have it. The heretic spell here. The hereditary spell. Nerfed to the ground, obviously for good reasons. It was sort of what they had going for them, right? The story and ancient, they had this spell here, and then they had 2 other buff spells. I mean, they could have like what, healing waters and stone sword, or healing waters and word of iron, And they had like 3 boss spells, right? And that sort of was a counter against the Binding Scroll, so it was very difficult to do anything against the defensibility of the Saurian Ancients. Here they've taken down a notch, right? I would say probably a lot, quite a bit. And now that you can't get 2+ to cast anymore because you don't want to give up 3 channels, it's even gonna be risky to. I mean, like it's gonna be fairly risky to throw this one with 2 dices, -1 to wound, right? So you're gonna be having from 3 dices, which you already did anyway when you got 2+ to cast in the old. I mean, it's just been nerfed. It is fair enough. It was a strong spell, but I think in the overall picture, since everything's been ridiculously nerfed, I think it's gonna hit them hard. The Howdy devices. I mean, yeah, they're interesting. We still have the Venom Fortress, Hatred, Poison attacks. They didn't do anything, right? So this unit here is still just it's the skink. The skink blender is gonna be as crazy as ever. K Wisdom. I never tried K Wisdom, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Nice. Monolith Valitism. The BSB has been getting cheaper. Magnetic Bow has gone up 5 points. Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. And in return, they got this interesting new Suncatcher crystal, which is as far as I understand, if you put it on you put it on your tower source, and then you can, when you do multiply charges, you charge with a big unit of Saurian block of Saurians, right, or a big blender of skinks, and then you also use a Taurosaur to charge with, and then you get this +1 to fortitude, which is, I mean, like it's awesome if you can get, like, say you put say if you can get like 2 of these into one combat and a unit of yeah, but listen to it. If you can get like 2 Sun Castle crystals into combat combined with a unit of infantry unit, I mean, if you do get 2 Taurosaurs into a unit like that, then you don't need the extra rigging. You're gonna kill whatever you charge. Like 2 Taurosaurs and say 20 20 Tego Guards, 20 Tego Warriors, whatever. I mean, you're gonna win that combat almost certainly. So I don't know. It seems as a pretty use. I think it's gonna be so situational. I don't think you can really apply it. Maybe you can do it. You can get it to a 42 5. I mean 6. Maybe you can get 1 in, right, and you get a 6+42 safe, and then that's it for 40 points. I mean, and it doesn't even scale with the oh, I guess +1 force. It does scale with the healing water. So I guess that's pretty awesome. I mean, that's a cheat way to get your 4+ regeneration into your army here. I mean, that's probably good. Probably not bad, but I want to see some sneaky players try and do something with the triple sun crystal before I believe in it. I'm not a believer yet. Engine of the Ancients. Right, I made a list actually. Let me just quick slow it here. I tried double the Tower Saw with Ancient of the Ancient here, and I think boom, boom, boom as a defensive army, and then you put in some weapon beast here. I chose salamanders, but I think actually you should try and play with. You should try and put. You should try and do it with 4 salamanders instead, and maybe combine it with not alchemy, but combine it with the evocation here, right? So you get like some pretty nasty Dwarvish, I don't know, for obvious shooting. I mean, like you get a real good backline shooting. For an army that's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be avoidance shooting, I think. And for some reason, it's just more like a gun line if you do this sort of build, right? With very short range, so you have to. I think it looks good. I think it looks good though. I think it looks good. I mean, like the loot stone, march and shoot. I mean, if you run into knights and you can successfully get two of these guys off, I mean that's gonna be what 8 strength 6 hits, AP3. I mean, it's gonna hurt on the. Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot. Um, uh, yeah, this list I made here, as I said, I only see a real. The list I've been thinking so far is I can three tower swords is by far the strongest list for at the moment, I believe. Anyway, so far so good. Yeah, ancient. The hard eyes. I like the changes though. I think they're good. It seems like you got your uh, combat how die device and we're all happy. Special items. They decided to remove two special items with non uh, what do you call it, reimbursement for just removal of two items. Big shame in my opinion. I mean, army specific items is always interesting, always fun, and they in the they makes the armies different from other armies, and they decided to just remove that. Um, uh, Shame, but it is what it is. So what else did they do? Right, yeah, vital assassins sentence has gone pretty interesting. I mean, now you can put it on a Cayman Master, which gone cheap as well. And if you do this build instead of the death cheat, right, he got 20 point cheaper from the alpha release 1 to alpha 2, and he doesn't have to do death cheap anymore, so he got like 40 point cheaper. And I already think he was good enough in the old version, and now he's better. So yeah, I think the Cayman is definitely worth trying out. Starfall, never played it. It's a consideration, right? Hard target, I mean flaming attacks. Core has gone the rally around the flags, set to 12, because all people started to whine, right? And we have bad leadership, so we have to have better leadership. And I have no clue how people play the game, but the way I've been playing the lizards, yeah, I haven't had a single instance of problem with dealing with leadership at all. I think it's an interesting take on it. Because I mean, if you're gonna play avoidance styles anyway, being within 12 inches of your cornerstone unit is probably gonna be difficult in any way. So they changed it to 12, which I mean, like it's just a buff because they also made it cheaper, I think, and then they changed it to 12. So it's just a buff. I think if they were gonna buff something, I think they should have put their money on something else. That would have been nice. Skeptral Steel is gone, so all the haters can be happy. I have no clue why people disliked it, but yeah, sure enough, fair enough. Ancient Palanquin, so it's another nerf to the Anorak mates here. Yeah, understandable. He was doing good. I don't think this nerf here is gonna affect him too much. I think it's a fair, nice nerf. It's a nice nerf. The Heart of Ardua is gone. Yeah, whatever. So the Archmates has gone up. I think he's gone up 50 from 450 to 500 points, 50 points. So I think the best build that was for him before, right, was what was it? Forbidden Mastery combined with the Ancient Peliquic. And if you just did that build, then you had a pretty decent Archmage. And that build has gotten what, 75 points more expensive. It is a lot, but probably fair enough. Fair enough. And I mean, you can build them differently. You got the mind shift here. Well, I think honestly, I think it's a real shame that they removed the mind shifting. Don't get me wrong, the new version here seems cool, but with the new change to uh, evocation, where the new number one is Angel's Drill 8, instead of rerolling to wound, now you can get reroll to hit, which obviously the Sovereign Angel really likes. Um, you lost your. I mean, the protein magic could have become strong. I think it could have gotten real good. Um, and you got the and then you would have the I think it's the entangled root that's number one now, right? From the Druidism, right? And you have the innovation, right? So you're gonna have a lot of to hit modification spells, or you would have had, which I could see would have been beautiful into the Sovereign Ancient Army. It would have been nice to have that, but apparently they decided to go with this instead. And as far as I can understand, everyone on the forum loves it, so go ahead for it. I'm not I'm not too convinced. But I mean, I could see like witchcraft, right? And you go with a banner of speed and you put it on four Strigosaurs or something like that, and then you have what, moving 9 on these guys here, and that's obviously pretty awesome. Uh, I don't know if you cast the witchcraft 2 times. If you can, then you can get like movement 10, or you can cast it on Remedon Riders, right? And you can have what, movement 19, 20, no, it's 18, 18, but still, yeah. Everything else is the same. Cayman Master gotten cheaper, right? Water terrain. Uh, Community wanted it, and I think they gave into it. Didn't really matter. Didn't don't do fuck. Um, yeah, I think this guy here, he's awesome. I hope people will try. And he's what? He 0 to 2 before? Oh, I think I'm gonna try two of these guys. Two of these guys here on the flank. He also leadership 8. I think he might have been that before as well. But now you can do like two of these guys here on each flank, and yeah, I think I will try that out actually. One with the Death Cheetah and the other one with the yeah. Why not? Looks awesome, honestly. I like that. I think this is gonna be fun. Come try that. Didn't notice you can have two of these. Well, anyway, take a veteran, Strider, water train, whatever. They apparently changed some of the halberds and paired weapons. It is whatever. It is what it is. He's still cool. Take a veteran, have lodestone, strength 5, 5 attacks. I think this guy here, he's just overall pretty strong. I think people should play him. Um, yeah. Skink veteran. Yeah, whatever. Anorak's Warden, so there's another way to get your leadership 8 here if you only want to bring a mate, which is nice. The Podkind Torrent, the Pokai Sky Torrent. Yeah, nice new ambush rule here. As I already thought this guy was pretty awesome. But I mean, if you can have a Cayman, I'm not sure why it's 0 to 1. The guy's awesome. No one likes him, and I don't think anyone's gonna like him, even with the new change here. So I'll probably still play him now and then, and I don't think anyone else will. Take Warriors here. Yeah, they got this 0 to 4 models per unit. Units containing one or more Cayman Mantis counts toward the maximum number of cannons allowed from the special. Okay. So I think the new recruit has a bug, some sort of bug on this one here, because as far as I can read from this, you're allowed to take 4 Caymans in one unit. Even if you only have 15 Take Warriors, you're still allowed to take 4 Cayman Warriors. Uh, I don't know. I think the Takeover Warriors is in a real bad spot. I don't think this helped them anything at all, and I don't know how what the Cayman Elders, how cheaper did they get? Like 8 points or something like that. Let me see here. We can make an old Sovereign Ancient. Uh, create list. 2000. But I don't know how much cheaper did they get. I don't think it was a whole lot. Uh, so special Cayman Elders. So what they got 5 point and 6 point cheaper. It's whatever. I mean, you're only gonna have a very few models of these guys here, so it doesn't really affect them that much. Yeah, and here we have the big winners and the big fuck up from the lab team here. I mean, if you were gonna nerf something and you were gonna try and hit something, and you just decide to leave this King Blender open, I mean, 5 points now, so it's gotten, and you would wanna run 40 models right with this unit here, so it's gotten 1 point cheaper now. So the skink plane, and then you have the. Let's just take a look at it, right? You have the Tower Cook's Herd, uh, with the Great Protector here, right? Is what 35 points now, providing the exact same rules as it did before. And then what the Venomous Fortress went up, or what? 10 points, 15 points. Let me see here. Uh, how the devices here? It went up by. It went down. It went down by what? Right? It went down by 15 points. Jesus Christ. So yeah. So the most complained about unit I think was the Skating Blender, at least among my people I played with. And as you can see here, yeah, it. It's just got the total combination of this unit here got 40 points from the Skinks and 15 points from the Venom Fortress, so it got 55 points cheaper to play, and the combined strength got 50, so the whole unit itself got what, 105 points cheaper. Jesus Christ, man! I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a big blunder, big fucking blunder by the rule team. Yeah, okay, and you can argue, yeah, sure, they lost the healing water, but it's whatever. A big mistake, right? Big mistake. You gotta admit that. Then they lowered the price of the skin hunters. Yeah, okay, I'll take it. They were way too expensive. They still are. Cayman Warriors. I thought Cayman Warriors was shit anyway. I mean, I don't think they're very good. Now they increased in price. What they increased? If you're gonna do Hellbot as well, they increased six points in price per guy here, right? Yeah, I'm having such a hard time to understand how you're gonna be playing your core units now. I don't think it doesn't seem like there's like a very. I'm having a trouble see how you're gonna play your core units now. Yeah, and here's the big loser. We finally saw some great lights from the Taco Guards here, which I always played Taco Guards, so I enjoyed the Taco Guards a lot. And wow, did they get fucking smashed to the ground, right? 8 points for great weapons. I mean, like you suddenly have a what, 32 points per model, compared to Longhorn, right? Exact same stats line as these guys here, apart from one save. Half the price. I mean, yeah, no comment. This unit here, no comment. It's absolutely disgusting how they nerfed that unit to the ground. And plus 30 points on the start cost as well. I mean, yeah, whatever, man. Another big fuck up from the lab team, I think. Like, this unit was probably performing too well, and you saw it in all army list, but you know why you saw it was because you had the discipline 8. All you had to do was to give some other units discipline 8 and you will see a decrease in Tego guards. That was a guarantee. I'm not saying people wouldn't pick him because they were still really good, and I mean I could easily see why. I mean I don't understand why didn't you just don't allow them to pick great weapons, give them strength 5 and parry. Here you have it. Tego guards. There it is. Strong unit. Uh, Not too good, not too bad. Uh, and yeah, keep it at 24 points. Seems pretty fair in my book. But yeah, whatever, man. They decided to smack that unit. Sad for them. Take a Mr. Guys, gotten cheaper. Uh, Gonna be fun. I'm gonna try them out. Probably gonna run 2 times 20 because I mean they're really cheap. Like they're cheaper than the Tego Warriors, and I mean they're probably better than Tego Warrior, right? Because why they don't have loot stone is beyond me, but they don't have loot stone. Vitalis combat, really good in combat, but they don't have loot stone. Battle focus, magical attacks, all nice. Only AP 1, but I mean like they could get like Awaken a Beast. Yeah, I mean 120 points from the Clay Wizard. Are you gonna pay it? Maybe, maybe not. He gets stand behind, right? So I could see a world where you just go double Tego Mystics and maybe a unit of Raptor Riders, not Raptor Riders, but a unit of the not Remnant Riders. What do you call the flying the flying unit that can become mages? And then you get like 3 channels, and you have access to 6 spells. And I can see that work as well. And then you get what 2 units of 20 Tego Mistoguards and a unit of the flying guys. Yeah, right. For probably something close to the same price as the current slant, right? How much are these guys? 170. So you start with 10, so you need another 10, so that's 140. 140 plus 170 plus 120 times 2. Okay, I mean, so 860 points, and you're gonna have like 2 channels, 40 Tego Mystic cards, Tego Mystics. I mean, you could argue that it's a fine replacement for the slant, and it's what 150 points more expensive, and you get 40 Tego Warriors for the price of it. I mean, I'm actually a fan of it. I think I might try that. I think that's probably one of the things that deserve a try. Next in the line we have Raptor Pack, gotten a little bit more expensive, seems fair enough. People were happy, liked them. Corrosive Spitter Ambushes, it's a shame. I don't know if anyone tried them. So, and honestly, I think they look like shit. I think they should just make it free, and then they could say if you pick Raptor Riders 8 or more, you could pick it in course, or you could choose Ambush or Corrosive Spitter. Choose one for free, and just keep the same stats that they have now. And I think they would have been just fine. Whatever. Raptor Riders, because no one used them, they decided to increase the price here, but I guess they got loot stone, so it's fair enough. And I mean, you get 8 models for 300 points. I mean, yeah, they are decent. I think it seems fair enough. I like them. I personally think they're good. They have pack hunters, which is honestly more nice than you probably give credit, and loot stone as well. Give them ban of speed, and then they're pretty quick against other cavalry, and they have the loot stone, so they hit other cavalry well. I mean, like they become a real contender to other cavalry. And they do decently grinding attacks. So I mean, they have what? If you have 10 Raptor Riders, you have what? 15 plus 10 is like 25 attacks. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Cayman Elder's gotten cheaper. Lost what? 5 points, I think. Right? So the start price has gone down by 15, and the increased price has gone down by 6. So I mean, if you're gonna if you're gonna run a unit of 6 of these guys here, you're gonna be saving what, 30 points plus 15. Yeah. Oh, that's not wrong. 30 points plus 15. I mean, it's 50 points cheaper for 6 of these guys. That's probably good. I think that's a good deal. And they got healing water. They got some better spells here now, right? I think it looks interesting. And a cheap in Clay Wizard here. So I could see like you go a little bit of Tego veterans here, right? And then you get these spells here, all of them, and then you get a this guy here, right? And you get like healing water, awaken the beast. You get healing water, and you're gonna have one spell that's gonna be stacking, right? Awaken the beast. Yeah. Why do we have 4 awaken the beast? It makes no fucking sense. And we have probably have 4 enlightenment spells as well. Ah, I mean, yeah. So what's the point? I cannot build the Cayman Elders combined with the double Tego Mystics because I'm gonna have spell stacking and I'm gonna have having to waste a spell. Not really thought very well through, right? But whatever. The Tego Cook this hurt. Come on, give this hurt mentality allowance to pick Hogwarts Isis. I mean, if they get that, it's gonna become such a fucking awesome unit. Give them, charge them some extra points, whatever, man. Give them, and they're gonna be such an awesome unit. If not, then yeah, I mean, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think half of the ideas, Sony 89, 80, whatever, Sony, from the form, the idea he came up with, half of these ideas has been implanted. And all credit to him, and then a little bit of criticism to the team. Yeah, but awesome. Fearless, stubborn. Pick 3 of these guys here, and you're gonna have 15 wounds, resilience 5, armor 2, plus with parry. Fearless and stubborn, leadership 8. Boom. To me, it seems strong. It seems good. That's a real fucking roadblock. That's a roadblock. I mean, like, they're gonna be able to stand against most things, and they're gonna be able to stand there for quite some time. I mean, and then you're gonna have the Awaken the Beast, and then you suddenly have what? Not a whole lot, but I mean, it's still gonna be like if you have 3 of these guys, still gonna be 12, 25 attacks. I mean, that's gonna be doing something, and I mean, you're gonna have 3 stomps as well, so it's gonna be 12 plus 3 stomps. I mean, they're gonna be dishing out some damage, and I mean, it's also gonna be 12 Skink Riders with strength 4. It's probably not all. It's probably not terrible. Brahmanon Riders, because I don't know. I think I have a feeling that they were performing well in the first 2 tournaments played by 2 insanely skilled players, and they did a great. They had a great performance, and then they decided these guys must be underpriced, so they decided to increase the price of this unit here. I don't think I have seen anyone make a list with these guys here so far, but yeah, I guess they need an increase in price. So what? How much? 220. So they gone up. You usually pick 4 of these guys, right? So that's they gone up 5 points each, right? Yeah, 5 points each. So that's 20 plus another. So that's what? 35 points extra for this unit here. No buff in return or anything like that. Yeah, thank you. Nice nerf here. Not really sure why they. I mean, the Ramadan Riders, to me at least, seems to be one of the units that could promote a different playstyle. Something you might want to have in a avoidance army, or monster smash army, or quick army, or mass spawning of small units. I could see this unit have a place, and apparently this has been nerfed. Saurian Swamps, awesome unit, I think. Gonna be interesting to see how they perform. I mean, they really look fun. I don't know if they're good or bad. I definitely don't think 6 models is worth taking. I think 3 models would be awesome. We'll see how it goes. I mean, 42, 6 plus. Reroll to hit my hatred. Maybe some rerolling to hit from the Predator senses, right? I mean, this could be awesome. Could be awesome. Could be awesome. I mean, like, and you keep the Skink Fortress, and you keep the Saurian Swamps, and then you have a lot of poison attacks, and then you have blow pipes, poison. I mean, like, There's gonna be some units that don't have good armor save, high toughness. It's gonna be really sad about meeting these guys here. Like I could imagine, maybe, just maybe, Beast Herd's gonna be very sad about a full poison army here. Definitely good concept. I'm gonna try that out at the end of the build. I think I'm gonna build a poison army here. Skink gorillas, yeah, got more expensive. Blowpipes been taken away. Marking lure is if you pick 10 skink gorillas, it's the same price as before. And I'm not really sure why they want to streamline the marking lure, but didn't want to streamline the chameleon feature. Seems weird, but it is what it is. Still a nice unit. Weapon Beast, very interesting here. D3 attacks, strength 5, AP2, quick to fire. So I mean now you can stand and shoot. So I mean if you do if you do go and you hit on 3 plus here, quick to fire. I think there's still light troops, right? So no minus. You can march and shoot and no minus to hit. So I think like yeah, bring 4 of these guys here with agility 3, maybe some the innovation magic or some evocation magic. Maybe what a -1 resilience. I mean like bring 4 of these guys here, right? I mean how many hits is that? It's like 7 hits. That's like well, it's gonna be like 14 hits if you include stand and shoot as well. And you're hitting on 3, so it's still gonna be like 9. Or you're gonna, of course, they're gonna be charging, so it's gonna be hitting on 4. So it's 7 hits, right? 25. I mean, 7 hits versus toughness 3 units. It's gonna be good. I mean, that's gonna be like 7 dead elves. And obviously the elves gonna kill these motherfuckers after that. But I mean, yeah, okay. I'll take it. Strength 3 as well. And the new Druidism, you can raise D3, so you could also imagine like spearbacks, 2 times 2 of these guys here, right? So 2 times 2, and then you can have like try and raise them with your raise spells here. So you build like as I mentioned, we also talked previously about that you could build a potential gun line here, right? So you're gonna be having your Druidism with the new magic missile they have, and then you have the weapon beast like 2 times 2 spearbacks or 2 times salamanders, and then you have like 2 taurosaurs with whatever the ancient of the engine of the ancient or whatever bolt thrower, and then you're gonna have like a line of shooting, right? I mean that's an interesting option. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So then the last part here, the Megasaurian here, the Strigosaurian pack. Yeah, looks interesting. Gotten a little bit more expensive. Obviously should. Interesting. You can go for the Enclave Wizard here, right? And like pick Swarm of Instincts, and then you can put it on the flank, and like you can have a good standoff versus your opponent's big monsters. Like if someone puts a big monster on the flank, then you put these guys here to counter it, and then if the opponent, and then maybe you give him like what do I know, a magical banner of speed. So the opponent don't want to move into charge range of them, and then they're just gonna shoot him down with the Swarm of Instincts. I mean that's I can definitely see how they can win a flank battle here from that. Yeah, Carnosaurs haven't really changed. Taurosaurs is still interesting. The Titanic pod here, 5D3 now stumps. Looks awesome. I think I'm gonna try the Titanic pod just because I think he's awesome. I liked him before. Now he's gotten his leadership. He still runs away, right? But I mean, like, yeah, sure. 5D3 helps him. 5D3 is gonna help him with the generating a little bit more of combat resolution, so he's a little bit harder time running away. And I mean, you still have 4 version of the Awaken the Beast, so I mean, like giving him the Awaken the Beast, and he's suddenly a real fucking threat to almost anything, apart from gigantic monsters. But even gigantic, I mean, you're still gonna have 6 and 5 attacks if you can combine it with Awaken the Beast. I mean, like, and what 2 strength 7. It's not good. It's not good, but I mean, like it's still doable. And then you can make him the BSB, or you can make him, yeah, give him the BSB and have a big BSB. I think it looks good. Overall, as mentioned at the start of before the video also gets too long, I think they did a real bad job about this lap here, and I think it's a real shame they killed off a real interesting list, and they killed it completely in my opinion, and now we have to see what we can find. So for people who are still watching, that's just, I think I'm gonna do like, let's say 10 minutes of list building here. So we can do here, gonna do the latest version here. So the first one I want to try and see is that without the Anorak Archmages here, and then we're gonna go for characters, and I think I want to see double Cayman because they look pretty cool. Cayman here. Try and do a copy here, and give this guy here. I mean, it's pretty obvious. The one get Death Cheetah. I mean, you could also go Destiny Call. It's also an option. I mean, Destiny Call, so he loses 1 armor save, get a 4+ ward save, and then you become a little bit more safe against. That's just whatever. It doesn't have to be that. Don't have to go that much into details. This guy here gets the other one right, and obviously he's gonna get the beautiful the Tear put a smokestone here. Awesome, right? So could also go with the potion swiftness. Whatever, it's an option. It's an option. So we have 2 of these guys here, 400 points each, and then we go to core. Or is anything else characters here? Not for now. So I want to make a poison list, or what am I aiming here? Yeah, no, a monster mash list here with the mages from the Tego Mist. So monster mash here. So Skink veteran here on the Taurosaur here. How good our device here. He's obviously gonna need the Giant Bow here because this guy's gonna need alchemy arrows, right? And just for fun, he's gonna have a Hellbard. And that's it. Looks good. Yeah. Next is core. Well, I have no clue how to build the core in this unit here, so let's just take all the things I have an idea about, and then we're gonna go one Titanic pod here. This guy here is gonna have the Ancient of the Ancient, and the next one here is gonna be a Taurosaur. It's gonna have Ancient of the Ancient. So we have here we have a lot of shooting, and then we're gonna have some Guerrilla Warriors here. We're gonna have some Weapon Beasts. So this is kind of like, I guess it's kind of like the backline idea, the backline same theme here, right? And then we're gonna have some special. We're gonna put some Tego Mystics in here, right? We're gonna have 20 of these motherfuckers. And Clay Wizard here, and then we need Cayman Elders to get some. They should have great weapons, and to get the leadership 8 and standard bearer with the Kuro stone here. So this is gonna be like the backbone of the army, right? 700 points, but it's gonna be the backbone of the army, right? It's gonna be BSB. It's gonna be the with a Clay Wizard as well, right? So, and then we're gonna have 2 units of Mystic Warriors here, and then we reached 1300 points, and we haven't picked core units yet here. So core units gonna be obviously we're gonna have Skink Hunters, now Skink Warriors. They're gonna be 40 of these guys. Gonna have Spears. They're gonna have Champion. They're gonna have a Clay Wizard. Gonna have whatever. No, they don't need a. And then they're gonna have obviously special Toku Third. Great device. Combine into the Venom Fortress. So we only need 700 points more from the 700 points more from the core units here, and what are we gonna do about that? So Cayman Warriors. Yeah, I guess. So I think I'm gonna be liking them in smaller units than if we're gonna go for it here. And let's see here. So double up on Caymans here. 2 times 4. A little bit of chaff, a little bit of flexibility here, and then I think you want to have some shooting slash. You probably want to have just more shooting, right? Because the army is already pretty shootish. So you want to have skink hunters. Say, because you pay 16 points for the per model for the first 10, and then you pay 10 less for each. So it makes no sense not to make 20 of these guys here. Then you make them double, and then you're here, right? You reach your destination, and you're gonna making these two number threes, and then we have a little bit too many points in. So yeah, something like cores looks like this, and I mean you have a lot of chaff units you can send in the way here. But how many points? Yeah, so we have 1,200 points too much. Okay. So let's just see what's most important for the like idea of this army here. I think we have a lot of shooting big monsters. So I mean we can find 100 points here, turning the Titanic pod into a Taurus. Same engine, and we can remove one of the Cayman Masters, and I think maybe we have to yeah, we have to remove one more, and so 300 points still too much. And then one Cayman Elder. Now we're getting into some critical masses here. I don't want to remove too much of these guys here, to be honest, but I mean we could also look at Spearback here. And so how long? 150 points. Ooh, it's hard from here. It's gonna be real hard from here, but 150 points. I mean, it has to come from the. You have to make a unit of 10 of these guys, right? And then you have 33 points. Oof, this is hard. This is rough. So we have to make 4K with this, and then increase the terroristics there. One more, so we have 14. This is what we have. Yeah. How does it look? How does it look on the? How does it look on the battlefield? I mean, it has a decent amount of units, right? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 injuries. A lot of small units. No big, really expensive units, right? The most expensive units is gonna be the Cayman Elders here. Maybe the Cayman Elders should be no, because you cannot have the Chorus Drone then, and then you lose some of the offensive power here. You need a few more points because the ideal thing here would be like to have if you could increase it with some skinks, some chameleon skinks, right? To throw out these dots, so you could get your reroll to hit with your weapon beast. Maybe you could put in uh, some Pedodon riders, so you can get that clay wizard from that guy, because the Pedodon riders have better spells, right? They have some more offensive spells. What do they have actually? Yeah, they have Chilling Hall. They have Master of the Earth. Yeah, Master of the Earth, which would be nice with the good magic missiles in here. Giving them lurking, marking lure, right? Would be nice too. And then you don't have a BSB. Ah, and then you can have, and then you can replace, if you replace the 4 Cayman Elders here with Gorilla Warriors. You need a Peridon Riders here, marking lures, because you wanna have the marking lures, right? And then you have, and then you mean maybe 4, so they don't get shut down immediately. And they are worth what, 300? It's like only 100 point, and then you can have how many? Then you can have some skink gorillas in here. I said trying to have 10 of them. Some blowpipes, no short bows, whatever. Marking lures here, right? And some make them chameleon skinks here, so. And then your 50 points, not too much. So making this unit here smaller again, because we agree. Yeah, okay. Let's look at this. I think we could this work? Good question. Good question. Well, so let's take a look at it. Yeah, I mean it's a very big, wide list, right? You have your BSB in here. You have your bugging skink warriors here. You have shooting. You have poison. You have what? You have 3 weapon beasts here. Tiger warriors here. You have a lot of light troops, right? You have what? 1, 2. What's that? It's a skink veteran. Oh, that's a skink. Skink veteran. Oh, it's another terror. Not sure why that. Let me just get these guys back here. Why is this booking? Let's try and import again. So let's see. Just delete this one here and. Okay, so this time. Okay, so I mean, looking at it, you could, and I mean, you could still make the, instead of the Ancient of the Ancient, you could still make them great bows. It's gonna be up to you. I mean, like it's both can happen, but I mean, like, boom, boom, boom. So it's a very yeah. I don't know. I don't dislike this army. I have to say, oh, this guy here needs to be rebased. So he can join in here. Ah. So you're gonna put him in here. You're gonna have some Cayman warriors here, useless Cayman warriors here. Cayman warriors here. It looks like they're on a big the base is too big, I think. So they're gonna need, what is it, 40 times 40, right? Whatever. So you're gonna have like your chaff here, and then you're gonna have maybe, or you're gonna be using like chaff here and here, you like your skink hunters as chaff. Put these guys here outside and a little bit of the flank. Gonna have these guys. So you're gonna be centered around the skink unit here, right? The big skink unit here is gonna hopefully gonna be able to get some juicy charges. At least be able to count. At least be able to threaten a lot of juicy charges, and then you're gonna have like some of the guys here in the background shooting here. You're gonna have the Pedalon riders here going 2-2 right here. Gonna be hiding somewhere and be shooting magic missiles and whenever they can see a chance, maybe. Then they obviously have to be paired with the weapon beast. So they're gonna pop up somewhere and give them a shoot of these Ebola shots here, and then they flee and fly back, and then these guys try and shoot them, and obviously maybe combined with, and then these guys, this is gonna be like the sneaky units here, right? They're gonna be trying to make some disruption in the enemy ranks, or at least just these two here, and then you're just gonna have your moving steady forward front line gunline ish. And I mean, like just I like to, instead of doing statistics, I just like to do the like a retard. So let's just say like do special longhorn heads. We're gonna do 10 whites, 4 ranks, because this is obviously some of the units you could imagine. Like people will just push forward brainlessly because they can kill everything they get near to. Like 40 people usually don't have 40. They play like maybe 42, 32. So even against this let's just say full. If they get a full line of these guys here, right, and they obviously they're gonna get chaffed like something like this, and then this guy here maybe finds a flank. How does this look? Are they gonna kill anything? I mean, like these guys could probably just take the charge. So if this guy here shoots, right, so he's gonna hitting on 3 points. 2 hits, 4 hits on 2. That's 4 dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy here hits. 3 dead. 3. And then this guy here. Just 2 hits. So that's gonna be 2. And then another 8 on 5. And then he has 5 up save. No, it's AP1, so he has 6 up save with 3. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have these guys here. It's gonna be 10 shots, poison. I think they're even gonna hit on 5s. So now it's 23, so it's now 3 wounds. 3 dead. 1, 2, 3. And another 18 skink, so that's it's gonna be like, say, 12 shots. 2 hits, 1 poison. Just 1 poison. And I mean, like, yeah, okay. That's 1 turn of shooting, right? Took down, what, 13 longhorns. And I mean, your opponents, yeah, it looks fine. Okay. Anyway, this video here is getting way too long. Gonna be making more videos. I think I'm probably gonna be I'm gonna be making one more video, I think, where I will just purely do list building and see what we can make of it. This one was more like a review.